Hello and welcome back to FIFA Manager 2020 here at Rawslowgaming with the Bath City Football Club, where we're taking gaming in Rawslow and nice and the likes of it, at least according to me. And we are on the start of this season in Skybet, no, not in Skybet, but in Vanera National League South. And we are not off to a good start yet again. We can't really strike any luck whatsoever, but we are working on things like picking the right youth players to sign and work them up to the first team and everything like that. So we are still in it, definitely for the long run, and working towards that to happen, so to say. Our team level, well, it isn't really there where we want it to be, but as you see here, we are still at the 550 level or so, which is all right. But obviously we need to get up to around 600 or thereabout to be in a really good place to contend for the top half of the table. We will be happy of sorts this season reaching a mid-table finish again, because, well, we don't have players that can lift us higher than that, really. We have signed some players just for this season, like Edwards here, and actually signed, Edwards being a little bit older of the players. So we are moving through generations almost of players, so that's interesting to see, at least. So we're definitely building the team in that way, so I hope we can do good work. So with the lineup assistant 563 and regarding of players, well, left winger, it's all right, but he's on the old age, so he will not improve that much over or be around level 50. And as we need to reach about 600, obviously we need players that are base level around level 55 and keep them at the club. That's maybe the hardest thing to do, and also that they are not getting worse. So a lot of things to think about there. Getting two talented youth scouted here, or one youth scouted and one youth discovered, so that is good, and something we want to keep going and to get in as many as possible, really, so to say. We'll speak with Morris here, just to say that he did well in training, even though I don't know if he really did that, but doesn't matter, just as long as we talk with the players. And here, of course, the youth scouting, one of the most important things for us. And building up the reserves team, so we have players that can step up to the first team, is also something that is super important for us. Sproul here need to develop and get his first step of experience in the reserves. After that, I would think that he might be ready to at least hit the bench for the first team. And that is definitely exciting. Other than that, we don't really have that many players that is interesting. We have Thomas and, Zimmer, of course, as well. For that is not in the team for some reason. I guess he haven't developed that good at all this season. He had a superb season last season around and developed so much, which were great, but he didn't do the same this year. So should be a pretty even game here, considering a team rating of 563 versus True City's 553. And we will not pressure here for this time. We'll say just give it your best. And of course we get a goal against us in the second minute, just because I take a little bit of a more cautious approach, and we get that against us. And after one half, the scoreline is 0-1. And we see here that it's Bauer that probably did a bad mistake there. And so say, I know you can do better. And atmosphere and teamwork are pretty good. So we'll just hope here that I can turn things around. Also, we did a halftime talk there that we let our assistant do. The atmosphere got up to 15 within the team, which is really good. And teamwork at 75 is also really, really good. We just hope that, as I said, we can get in with at least one goal here. Doesn't really look like it so far. And no, unfortunately not. We managed to lose this game as well. So definitely not a great start of the season here. Still, after 15 matches, I can't think that it's been really good. So the full-time scoreline for Bath City versus Truro City is 0-1, of course. Shots 6-4, shots on target 3-2, chances 8-3, and possession 57-43%. So obviously, we should have won in that game. A bad mistake and not sharp enough attackers there to blame, I guess. Still in 18th place after that match, 3 points clear of the relegation zone and 9 points up to a playoff spot. And yeah, not that great. And not that great of the reserves either, I guess. And yeah, Finland, you're not getting to play. I don't even understand why you have a contract, to be honest. But at least you weren't expensive or anything like that. So I guess that's sort of fine. Nonetheless, where are we? We're soon-ish about to hit the winter transfer window. And I guess we will take a look at maybe a little bit older players than we have done before. For that, just to see if we can fill some gap in the team. Not exactly sure where that would be, to be honest, but yeah, Brontier lost so much this year, or last year. So you're really just a bench player. And yeah, we changed things up there a little bit. And yeah, right back is not too great situation. Kjartan here will be good and is improving just as soon as he will get those first experience points in, so he will go up 2 levels. That is definitely going to be very helpful for us. So let's see here. As we talked with everyone? Yes, we did. Craig, so what to tell him? He's improving still here, which is very, very good for us. And up 21 points for the season. It's not great, but it's all right. Can't complain too much. So we'll say that we're happy with his training. We don't need to press the calendar. And all this means about back in youth squad, and that's fine. Actually, pretty good that they get the training there, all the youth players, because that is something we do want. So we'll start this match, and we'll go easy on this one as well, and do instant result for this one as well against Woking, who have a team rating of 576. And Woking is actually the team that I always chose when I were playing FIFA Manager or Football Manager in my youth, when I were like 10 to 15 years old, which is now 20 years from 20 years ago or so, or probably 10 to 20 really. I do really remember with really loving memories the first FIFA Manager, which was called Total Club Manager, I believe. The series were first called. And of course, Championship Manager 04, such a classic. And Brandt missed a penalty, but he got it in minutes later, but we get a goal against us. Woking coming back there. So an exciting second half, but managing to miss a penalty there. We really should have won this game as well, I guess. But the final result for Bassett versus Woking is a 1-1. And overall, decent performance there. Looking at the stats, supports that we should have won in this game. Shots 7-4, shots on target 42, chances 6-6, and possession 60-40%. So definitely should have been a win. We keep our position in the table though at 15 points after 16 played matches. So averaging just about 1 point per match, which is not the level we want to be at, as I've previously definitely said. But it's not too bad, but definitely not where we want it to be. So moving up here against towards the match against Maidstone, home match, but they are 6th in the league. Yeah. And team level 584, so obviously going to be tough. We have Edwards with an injury, so we gotta play Evans, which obviously isn't great at all, but he is developing, and his experience is soon to go up as well, so he will at least be an okayish replacement for Edwards soon, so that's good. So let's go through all of this. 10 days for Edwards, and training. Not to check the training, even though we want them to focus on fitness. I just hope they do that anyway. And happy with his goals there. Yeah. Pretty well overall, considering he's 24 or 22. Great leader on pitch. Right. I'm not really sure that we talked about his performance as such, but 10k, we can't afford that. No. Is what you want to press. We will do an instant result for this match as well. We'll just read the match for the next one. That might be the last one for this episode. So as you see, dropping down here a little bit under 550, down to 514 team rating, and we're very fast, only 19th in the league. So obviously it's very even here between the teams, to be honest, in the league. And if we were just to have like a good season with a little bit of luck on our side, I believe we would be able to fight for a playoff spot at least, pretty much any season that we have played, but it just haven't happened yet. And well, this match is definitely not looking like we should win or get a point out of it, but if we do, we're very happy about it for sure. And it looks like we might get away with a point. Yeah, we do. So the final result for Bassett versus Maidstone United is 0-0. And a good performance overall there by the lads. Shots 2-7, shots on target 0-3, chances 3-7, and possession 43-57%. So, all right. And still 18th in the league there, and we are converting, pretty horrible, and I think we are, pretty low in terms of chances, but the conversion here is really poor, really poor. Most seasons we have been really high in converting chances at least, but that doesn't seem to be the case at the moment. So next match is a match that should be pretty easy, as it's against Chippenham Town, who's in 19th place. But again, as we say, obviously, team rating very even, and here just about 550. It's basically the slum of the league in terms of team rating. but up to 559, we will see how much of a difference that makes. I would guess that it might do hell of a lot if we're only looking on the actual ranking in the league based on the team rankings. While I'm pressing the mails here, do remember to smash that like button. It's very much appreciated if you do that, if you're enjoying the game or the gameplay rather, and if you're doing that, enjoying it, that is, you should also hit that subscribe button, and as you're doing that you can hit that notification bell, of course, if you're interested to get the notifications as new episodes are released, which they are daily to the channel. And let's see here. What the hell should we tell Batten? I could tell him well done, but I don't really know for what. Alright. So I guess he's happy, and I'm happy that he's happy, or something like that. So that's fine. And here. Also, if you're interested in getting FIFA Manager 2020 yourself, do check out the links in the description, where I have a link to their tutorial on how to install it, which is a video on how to install it yourself. I'll also have a link to where you can buy FIFA Manager 2014 for a good price, or the best price you can find on the internet, really. And you need FIFA Manager 2013 or 2014 to play FIFA Manager 2020, which is a mod, of course. So do check that out. And as you see here, 560 got us up to 14th in the league in terms of team ratings. Definitely do make a difference. Those few points as such will maybe not do as much as that here in the match, but we can hope that it makes that small difference that we really need. Alright, so we'll do 3 match for this one, and I hope that we can do good, so to say. And one last thing that is sort of an ad or something like that, but not really an ad. I have turned on quite recently the membership for the channel. Open membership. So if that is something you're interested in supporting the channel, link to that is in the description as well. And something you can get as a perk in it is to name youth players in either FIFA Manager or Football Manager, 1 youth player per month. Whatever you think they should be called, whichever player you would like to name, you can do that with that perk level. So check that out if you're interested. And let's go back and focus on the match here. So we'll switch to highlights as soon as this highlight is over. We don't need to see the full match here. And of course we get a black screen here just after that.
He can pick a long pass, can't he?
That'll be a free kick, will it? Never know with this referee. Yes, he has given it.
And that's cut out by the keeper.
Right, I guess that were highlighting.
Oh,
it were. And yeah, went from speaking a lot or quite constantly to not so much at all there. But as you will have heard, the commentators take over there as the highlights come on.
Beautifully weighted pass. Linking up really well now.
Trying his luck.
Just had a bit of a swing at that.
Yeah, and as a goal for Bassett here. in the first half, in the 30 minutes or 28th minute there, that the highlight actually happened to miss sort of, which we are getting now as well.
That's gone straight into the goalkeeper's
Really close
grateful
there by
hands.
Craig. And we have a red card here on Chippenham, so we should definitely win this game.
It's in!
The only question should be with how many goals, and we get another goal, and they're in the 41st minute by Stacha, and we extend the lead to 2-0. So, looks like a pretty good half, first half for everyone here, which is nice. Atmosphere and teamwork still at very good levels, so we'll continue here.
Given. Simple take for the keeper.
I don't know what that highlight were about or is about.
The two fans still making their
Were
way
about. Very strange, but doesn't really matter. What do matter is that we're looking like it will be a victory here for us finally, and an important one of those. So we will see this highlight. Oh, a close one actually.
Played out by the keeper. Good use of the ball. Who's it to? Need to get some men forward here.
And yeah, sorry for the mouse pointer there. I can't really get rid of it. And yeah, I think this will be the last match of this episode. And I do think we will get a win.
You can't.
Also, I do love to read your comments, like that you finally found someone that loves FIFA Manager as well, or that you're playing FIFA Manager too. So do leave a comment on how you're playing the game, what you think I'm doing for mistakes and everything like that. Any tips is definitely welcome. Definitely, as I'm struggling here in Vanilla National League South for years and years and years. So if someone is doing that also, I would be very interested in knowing how you're doing and getting out of this bottom league, which I certainly believe is going to be the hardest thing we do in this Let's Play series. So of course we had a goal there in the 65th minute or something like that we didn't really get to see. That were apparently an own goal. I just caught there in the text things there. And we are of course also now in the closing stages of this match. And there we have it. So a stable win there for us finally, which is pretty darn great. Of course, they were one man short, but yeah, overall good performance there by the lads, and apparently perfect 10 there for Erdem for some reason. So match stats, or the final result, of course, first for Passage versus Chippenham is 3-0. Shots 8-5, shots on target 3-2, chances 8-5, and possession 48 to 52%. So, as I said, a stable win. The stats didn't really say that we should have had such a stable winner, but we had. And that brought us up to 17th place in the league. Still 9 points off to a playoff spot, but now 7 points clear of relegation spot, or the relegation zone. And yeah, we're definitely happy with that. And Romancraft actually gained an experience level. I guess that we're in the reserves. And Edwards injured again, out for 5 days. And yeah, said Romancraft getting the first experience there, so up to base level 44, which is very important to get that first experience, as that builds a lot of skills somehow, so to say. And Sprul here showing level 44, which is impressive. The question is his base level. Yeah, base level 47. So really good here actually. Yeah. And he has really good value here. 25k. So he will quite possibly take the place here instead of Ravencroft for the future. And he do have a lot better skill, I believe. Yeah, exactly. Ravencroft only 1.5 star. Sprul 2.5 stars. So anyway, this will be everything for this episode. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you here soon again on the channel. With that said, bye bye. You have been watching Rawslowgaming, and I hope you have enjoyed. On clicking on the video on the left, you will see the next video in this series, and on the right our latest upload to the channel. And with that said, thank you again for watching.